Now, your forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
We'll take a look at the satellite radar picture tonight, and you can see that we've got a lot of cloud cover across the area. No surprise there. That has been the case the entire week. I know a lot of you saying, where is that sunshine? Hang in there, it's coming back. We've still got to get through a couple more days. Now, we are going to be watching the radar picture for snow that is expected to develop again late tonight and early tomorrow, but it's not going to amount to a whole lot. It'll be very light, a dusting at best. 34 in Champaign right now, 33 in Springfield, 38 degrees in Effingham. If you're heading out and about this evening, shouldn't have too many issues, a lot of cloud cover. We will go into greater detail about that snow for the morning commute. And when we're going to be just a few degrees away from a record high. We'll show you that coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
We are finally getting some answers about that shooting outside of Marketplace Mall in Champaign. What police say started it all.
Plus, hundreds of non-citizens were registered to vote in Illinois. How the problem at the Secretary of State almost got much worse.
And if you use Facebook, you could be getting some money. How much the company has to pay you and why.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 5.
And no reason to suggest that it's not safe to go to the mall at this time.
But shoppers still want to know why some cars were hit with bullets at Marketplace Mall in Champaign. Tonight, we have new information about that investigation. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Police say the shooting was part of a, quote, ongoing conflict between several people. Bullets hit 5 cars. No one, thankfully, was hurt. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is live in our newsroom tonight. So, Courtney, have they arrested anyone?
And Jennifer, they haven't yet. All we know now is police are looking into multiple people for what happened that night. Police have also recovered several guns during their investigation into the shooting. They wouldn't say where they found those guns. Investigators are calling this an isolated incident, and they say there's no reason to feel that there's a threat anymore. But they are doing what they can to control it. For example, they added more police patrols around that area.
We have no information that would indicate that there's a ongoing threat, any planned event that would be in a continuation of this event that happened over the weekend. Again, this was a group of individuals who had an ongoing conflict, and this literally could have happened anywhere that these two groups would have met up. It just happened to be at the mall at that particular time.
Police say they are looking into finding surveillance video around the scene. They can't say whether or not they've been able to use any so far in this investigation. And 3 teenagers were arrested Sunday morning at a motel less than a mile from Marketplace Mall. Police say it's unknown right now if those teens who were arrested are connected at all with the mall shooting Saturday night. Live in the newsroom, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Courtney, thanks for the update. Now, the last shooting at Marketplace Mall was in May 2017. That shooting also started with an argument, but it started inside the mall. No one was hit. The last shooting before that out there was May 2011. New tonight at 5, 2 people are facing charges of kidnapping and another child abduction. Police say a 3-year-old's grandmother was taking care of the child at a home in Urbana near Fern and Bartlow. The child's mother was in the process of moving out of state. Around midnight yesterday, police say the child's aunt and her friend went into the grandmother's house and took the child. They then drove the 3-year-old to the father's house in Monticello. The child's aunt, Heather Ciula, and her friend, Paige Zumwalt, are facing kidnapping charges. The father, Farron Kelly, will be charged with child abduction. Officials say the child is okay.
Here's an update on that deadly plane crash in Sangamon County. An aviation recovery company cleared the scene today as investigators wrapped their on-scene analysis. Sangamon County Coroner Cinda Edwards, former Springfield Mayor Frank Edwards, and their family friend John Evans died in that crash. The company will take the evidence to a secure location where investigators will continue documentation. The NTSB is expected to produce a preliminary report sometime in the next 2 weeks.
We have new information on the spread of the coronavirus in Illinois. There is now a second confirmed case in the state, and the U of I says they are suspending student programs in China for the spring semester. Health officials say a 60-year-old woman from Chicago infected her husband. The CDC says this is the first time the virus has been spread person to person in the U.S. The U of I says the decision to suspend programs comes after the State Department and CDC increased their travel advisories for China. We'll have more on that decision at 6. If you use Facebook and live in Illinois, you may have some money coming to you. Facebook has agreed to pay $550 million to settle a 5-year-old class action lawsuit over privacy. Users say Facebook's facial recognition tagging feature violated a state law protecting biometric information. That can include data from facial, fingerprint, and iris scans. Users who are eligible will be notified. You could get about $200 if you are. The state's automatic voter registration system is back in the news.
Yeah, this comes after the system registered more than 500 people in Illinois who marked that they were not U.S. citizens. This time, the program is under the microscope for a close call with another group of people who are not eligible to vote. WCIA 3's Gabrielle Franklin joins us live from our Capitol newsroom tonight. So, Gabrielle, what is the problem this time?
Well, Paul, the State Board of Elections says that they blocked 4,700 applications for automatic voter registration from people who are not old enough to vote yet. Now, the Secretary of State's office says that the young people's applications were never supposed to be submitted for that registration. The Secretary's office admits that they sent over application information from 16-year-olds electronically. However, they say the information from the teenagers is sent to the State Board in case the 16-year-old turns 17 in time to vote for the state's primary election. Now, none of the 16-year-olds were registered in the system, but after this news left people questioning their intentions, both offices made a decision to end the practice.
We decided we'll just no longer send them that information. So we'll just send them 17-year-old application information on up to the State Board of Elections. And again, no one underage was registered to vote, and there's a long-standing practice in place that would prevent 16-year-olds or anyone underage to vote.
The Secretary of State's office does not do the registering. They only send the information to the State Board of Elections. However, that is not stopping some lawmakers for calling for the entire system to be suspended. Paul?
Certainly more to be hashed out on this issue. Gabrielle, thanks. Lawmakers canceled session today following yesterday's State of the State address, but they say investigating the automatic voter registration system will be a priority when they return next week. A hearing is scheduled. The State Legislative Ethics Commission met again today to discuss ways to clean up the State House. The commission is comprised of lawmakers from both chambers and both parties. They listen to national experts about several issues. Majority Leader Greg Harris says they have more testimony to hear before legislation is considered.
As we heard today, and we're hearing in each of these, there's a lot of nuance and detail that are coming out from these groups. So to me, it's making sure we've heard all the input from the public, from the different reform groups who have ideas, to be sure that we don't act prematurely or in haste.
Governor Pritzker called for specific ethics legislation in his State of the State yesterday, including a law barring lawmakers from immediately becoming lobbyists after they leave office.
Can the Illini pull off a 7th straight win? Find out tonight. We're going to take you live to the State Farm Center as the Illini are back home.
Plus, a university that was once in fear of shutting its doors is on the rebound. Why EIU has a big reason to celebrate.